Hi, I'm Andy, a collections specialist at Credit Sage, and my goal is to help people learn how they can remove ARS Collections from their credit report. And in many cases, this is without paying their debt at all. So if that applies to you or someone you know, then I'm confident that you're going to walk away from this video knowing what the next best step is to take. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't take action. If, for example, you know or you believe that ARS collection, and actually any of the accounts on your credit report are the result of identity theft, that's a very serious issue. Or if they have the wrong balance after you've already paid, or any major issues that are really affecting your life, then you may be owed a settlement. And in those cases, we work with a network of local attorneys that will work on your behalf, all at zero cost, whether you win or lose, in addition to getting the accounts deleted permanently. So that's something to keep in mind. But if there are no issues like that exist and you just want the account removed from your credit report, we can help with that too. Just give us a call today. I'll put our number in the description so you can find that, and we'll talk through it with you. But today I want to go through some of the most important questions that we get about this company. And the first one that I have on the list here is really important, and that is, can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with ARS Collections? I put this one at the top of the list because we get a lot of callers that are terrified that this could happen. And honestly, it makes sense. Few people are really taught how credit and debt work in school. I didn't know the answer to this question until I got into the business. And fortunately, unless the debt is related to specifically unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. So no need to worry about that. And while I'm thinking about it, the amount of the debt doesn't matter either. I get asked that as well. You could refuse to pay $1,000 or $1 million, and you will not be arrested or get jail time. So now, who is ARS Collections, and why are they showing up on your credit report? So they are what's referred to as a debt collector or credit collection agency. And what they do is they buy debts, unpaid accounts like credit cards, as an example, often for very cheap. And then they try to collect the full amount, okay? I'll give you an example. So let's say that you have, for whatever reason, an unpaid card with Capital One, and it's $1,000. ARS Collections could, in theory, come along and buy that debt for just $100. But they don't try to collect that amount. They try to collect the full $1,000 from you, which would give them a 10x return on their investment. So, these companies can make a lot of money. And damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is one of the primary strategies that they use to get you to pay. However, the thing about that, and again, a lot of people don't know this, is that paying a debt on your credit report does not remove the account attached to it. That account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score, paid or not. So a lot of time, paying isn't in your best interest and could just be a waste of money. Now, in rare cases, paying the debt can even hurt your score. Now, in addition to credit reporting, they may send scary letters. Maybe you've gotten one of these. They could call a lot. They may even call your family members and colleagues. And this is an important thing to mention too, is if a collector has ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, you may be owed a settlement, a lawsuit. So again, that's another case where you'd want to give us a call so we can connect you with a local specialist that will take action quickly. A question here is, should you negotiate a settlement with ARS Collections? So this is a good question. So settling your debt with ARS Collections really depends on your goal. And what I mean is, typically if you're wanting to improve your credit score, which who doesn't, paying isn't the best option. And the reason is, like I mentioned before, even if you pay that collection, it will remain on your credit report for 7 years, damaging your score that whole time, okay? Instead, we always recommend that you work with an expert like us to remove these accounts for you. If certain issues exist, then the account may be removed. And this is a win-win. You won't have to waste money paying a debt that won't help your score, and the negative account gets removed from your report. So it's really perfect. How do you remove ARS Collections from your credit report? Great follow-up question. So the Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on their report. Now that's easier said than done. All right, the knowledge required to do this is a bit more involved than it might seem. That's not to say that you shouldn't learn how to do it, but just go into it knowing that it may take you some weeks, maybe even months, to learn how to do it properly. However, you could hire a professional to handle it for you and ensure it's done properly the first time, and just save yourself the extra time and hassle of learning how to do it. That's what we're here for. We're happy to take care of it for you. We've dealt with ARS collection accounts many times, and they regularly have issues. And we've helped numerous clients deal with them. And we're happy to take care of it for you too, if you prefer. This is a question I get all that. How can you get ARS Collections to stop calling you? So, like I was saying before, ARS Collections calling is something that if it's not happening now, it will be happening, because it's their attempt to collect the debt they've purchased, right? Which really just means that the only reason that they'll stop calling you is if you settle your debt with them. Or you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from your report altogether. Will ARS Collections try suing or garnishing my wages? So, yeah, ARS Collections suing is unlikely. It can happen and does happen. But really, in our experience, it's rare. There are a lot of laws around what they can do if they win, how long they can sue for, things like that. And it's just a long process. However, if we're able to find certain issues with the account, they won't be able to collect at all, which is another benefit of using an expert. What are my rights when dealing with ARS Collections? Another excellent question. So you have the right to dispute any of your debt that ARS Collections has purchased. ARS Collections is governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, or FDCPA. And as I mentioned before, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA. Again, these acts can seem really complicated when you look at them, but the bottom line is they provide a great deal of power to you, the consumer, if you know how to use it properly. Now, if you don't have time to research these acts, that's not a problem. You can call us today and we'll discuss your options with you. Our number is in the description there for you to find. And yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching.